Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I wanted to quickly discuss the, I would say, status of survival in the Division 2. So today Epic Slayers did a video where he showed a clip of which one of the community developers mentioned something about survival not being confirmed for the Division 2, and the developer went ahead to say, survival is still in Division 1, and so pretty much kind of, we still have that mode in the game currently, so if you want to enjoy that mode, you can actually go engage in that. But I won't take that at face value, because any developer, anybody that's part of a company, especially in terms of these gaming companies, says, you cannot take it at face value. It's unwise to do so, because things change and sometimes they blow a whole lot of smoke to maybe shield plans that they have. And so I'm not going to take that as a confirmation that survival is not coming to the Division 2. And instead, what I'm going to take it as a confirmation that survival has not been officially confirmed for the Division 2. Those are two different things. As much as it sounds silly, it actually is very different. Now, I'm not sitting there holding out hope that Ubisoft's or Massive is gonna put out survival for the Division 2. They can do whatever they want. Their game is only gonna be as long as they support and infuse life into it. But why I made this video is because I wanted to point out a few things. Two things where developers have said things about never, and then eventually those exact things actually happened. The two examples I'll give you are one outside of the Division community, the other one within the Division community. So I'll start with the external one. So somewhere around September 28th, Gaming Bolt, the games journalism website, published an article that said Red Dead Redemption 2 absolutely not coming to PC, Rockstar says, which in that interview, they were in the article, they were actually citing an interview where some Rockstar developer said something along the lines of Red Dead Redemption 2 was not going to be coming to PC. And I'm making this video literally close to the eve of the release of Red Dead Redemption 2 on PC, which is a big, huge irony when you look at it that way. And then what we have today is that was explicitly false, because there's no way that, they didn't even have it in talks or even in discussions, because a company like Rockstar already was aware in 2018 that there was a huge boom in 2017 and 2018 of the PC games industry. So for them at that point, they probably were doing the homework to see if Red Dead Redemption 2 was probably going to stick if they put it out on PC and what the numbers looked like. And maybe at that time they were trying to dodge the Steam 30% cut as well. And when Epic Games started to go with the exclusives, they saw, oh, this is probably something that will happen. So whether they knew or whether they could confirm at that time that they were not going to put it out on PC, nobody knows. But the market factor seemed to have been favorable enough for them to make their own launcher, for them to go with Epic Games, and now Red Dead Redemption 2 is on the market. So that example aside, second example, within the Division community. I remember in the Division community, there was a state of the game. It was a 2-year celebration of the Division 2. I think 2-year anniversary state of the game. There were about 4 developers sitting on the chair. These guys had all kinds of years experience. I think collectively among them, they had game development and games publicity experience that was at least 40 plus, almost 50 years among all of them. So all these seasoned gaming industry veterans, they come to a 2-year stream, and one of the guys there, it's not one of the guys that usually comes on the front lines, but he's somebody who's very critical in the decision making at Massive, and he said they had no plans to add any content to the Division 1. They had no plans for future development of the game. I think at that point they had not made the decision of announcing the Division 2. So when they made that announcement, the community threw a hoopla. If you want to watch that state of the game, SkillUp still has that state of the game on his channel. He has kept all his old videos, so you can still reference that for your own viewership or for your sanity. So put all this in perspective. Things can still change. For them to develop a survival DLC is not going to be as daunting as it seems, except they've moved all of their resources to start working on this new Avatar game that is somewhere in the works. Because right now, if you look at the timeline, Terminator Dark Fate has just been released. James Cameron was a producer on it, but he wasn't a director. You know, producer is kind of like a big name. Let's slap a big name on there in a sense. I don't really know how these things work, but I've seen many movies where big producers or big directors put their names as producers and they're not really the guys in charge. But now that Terminator Dark Fate's out, I think James Cameron is going to be focusing his next his sights on his next big project, which I think is Avatar. As many people may say nobody wants an Avatar movie or an Avatar game, you will be very surprised how Avatar might still be something that's viable for the movie industry and the gaming industry to farm and cultivate, because Avatar sat on the box office, seat as one of the biggest openings for a long time. I think about a decade in terms of how big that movie was when it launched. So you have to pay attention to these things and see that things may change. They may eventually bring out another mode that might not be called survival, that might be or play a role as a replayable content to bring players to the game. So in seeing all the responses in the community with people saying, oh, I'm leaving, I'm uninstalling the game, no survival, I just have to say this. At the end of the day, you can do what you want, though. I'm not saying go back and install the game. I mean, it's your game. It's your, it's your hard drive. So deal with it as you want to. But let this not be a spastic, response that's not based on anything concrete, because we've seen them say things on streams and they ended up being exactly the opposite. So proceed with caution. If I were you, I would just kind of take my time and do whatever you're doing. If you're taking a break from the Division 2, that's fine. Right now I'm taking just a short break, making some industry content. I really enjoy making the free stuff that's not necessarily all the Division. Once in a while I'll do them in seasons, so maybe for the next few weeks you see all these videos that I'm putting up on my channel, just trying to reach a wider audience and do some really fun stuff. Currently I'm playing Metal Gear Solid 5, and that game is definitely very good, and I think it's good enough for it to be able to keep me held over from the Division 2 while I'm taking a break. And then eventually, hopefully I'll bring myself back, and when there's new content, or maybe even before new content comes out, I'll maybe just wake up one morning and be like, you know what, I miss making Division videos, and you see me making Division videos. So that's all I have to say about all of this. I appreciate you guys' time and audience. Thank you very much for all that you've been doing in watching these videos and clicking likes or whatever you're doing, leaving comments. It does really help me so much, and I do appreciate you guys. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.